And this is the sword that we have today. A replica from a Musketeer rapier, in this case from the Disney movie from 1991, The Three Musketeers. I started using coat hanger wire to test the shape and the elements needed. Then, as always, drawing a full-size drawing in my notebook. The first piece is the blade, cut from a mahogany piece and shaped with the belt sander and hand files. With all the measures correct, I started cutting all the rings from 8mm aluminum wire and welding the pieces together. Welding rod is not the best way to do it, and it was tricky in the beginning, especially because it's my first time welding aluminum. I keep welding and grinding until I have enough material in the transitions to get the desired shape. The cross, it was an important part, as it was also engraved, also cut and filed from aluminum plate. As long as I'm engraving, I use black acrylic paint to accent the background and see where I need more work. The same technique applied for the fleur-de-lis. The cross is welded and the flowers are attached using pins. The next piece is the pommel. As I did not manage to get access to a lathe, I improvised one with some chunks of wood and some bearings attached to the drill. After turning and polishing, I'm able to mark the engraving, hand file it, and drill the hole for the set screw. Now it's time for the handle. Routing the two halves of mahogany and testing with the blade to ensure a tight fit. Then gluing the halves and make the basic round shape with the belt sander. With the original sketch, I marked the upper and bottom lips. and with the help of a thread and tape, define the position of the grooves for the twisted wire. For the finishing, use some black wood dye and several coats of polyurethane lacquer. The twisted wire is done easily with the hand drill. And attached to the handle with a couple of holes that I pre-drilled. Very nice. The ricasso piece is also engraved, cut and welded to the rest of the card rings. For the final touch, some blue paint for the engraving and a wash with acrylic paint to mimic the old patina of the metal. The scabbard is made with several pieces of 3 mm leather. All the templates are cut first and then transferred to the leather. And all the holes, grooves and bevels are done. Then I apply a dark brown dye and a mixture of acrylic paint dissolved in water. When dried, I slick the edges and ready to install the hardware. And voila! The rapier is finished. There are still a couple of improvements, but I will leave it for next projects. I added some extra details in the scabbard, and the blade has been finished with several coats of lacquer. It turned out pretty well, and I learned some new skills, so in overall, I'm very pleased with the result. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next time.